All right, guys, I couldn't be there today, but I wanted to make sure that you understood how to do the Leisure Center investigation. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you now, and let's go to it. We found out that they have a building space back here behind the Valley Center Shopping Center. And they told us that they broke the length into several sections. They said they broke some of the length, 100 or so. I think it was 100. Yep. 100 feet of length was one of the sections. Then the next one was 60. And the final one, that's a terrible 6. And the final one is 2 feet of length. And then we had to figure out what the width was. And a lot of you, I noticed, knew that if from here to here is 16, right? If this is 16, then this is also 16. But when I looked up here, it said, but we'll only use half of the width. So that helped us know that it was just going to be half this size. So now getting closer, I know my length. Well, I know my length here. From here to here is 100. From here to here is 60. And from here to here is 2. And then I also just figured out what my width was. So the width is 8. So in this first little box here, that would be 8 rows. The width tells me how many rows there are. And the length tells me how many are in each row. So 8 rows of 100, that's like saying 8 times 100. And the answer is just 800. The next section, this one still has a width of 8, right? 8 times 60. Well, 8 times 6 is 48. So 8 times 60 is going to be 480. Sorry how messy this is. It's hard to write on this. And the last one is 8 rows. There's still 8 rows, and there's still 8 rows here in the width. And there's 2 in each row. I see that down here in the length. 8 times 2 is 16. So all I have to do is add up all 3 partial areas. A little area of this section, area of this section, and area of this section. And I'll get my final answer, which many of you already got. I'm going to make sure as best I can to line them up in their place value places, which is easier said than done. Pretty sure there's going to be a 6 in the ones place. So there's a 6 in the ones place, a 9 in the tens place, and then a 12, really, 12 hundredths makes 1,296. And what are they? They're square feet. Or you could use a little abbreviation, the little FT with a baby 2. That also means feet squared, but I'm going to do square feet, period. So I show you that because, and I'm going to erase it right now, because you're going to use, this is basically multiplying with an open area model, right? And we'll find that we can multiply any big number. You could go up to the millions, and you probably wouldn't even break a sweat if you use the open area model. So you're going to have some practice today, and I'm going to give you some big multiplication problems. For instance, this one was a big multiplication problem, right? If it was 1,296 square feet, and you're timesing that by $9 times 9, that is a big problem, isn't it? Let me stop sharing this and get my whiteboard so we can do some more practice. So here's the whiteboard. All right, so how would you do that extension? Well, first, I'm going to make my area model. And then I'm going to place my 2 factors. One was 9 because it was $9. And the other one was 1,296. So I'm going to write 1,000 because that's the first part of my number. And a line, 200. And then another section. I can't have that 0 like that. And then a 90 and then a 6. And I will be able to multiply the big problem 9 times 1,296 and get the correct answer, because all this is your basic facts with some zeros we have to manage. So 9 times 1,000, 9 rows. I'm still thinking about rows and numbers in a row. 9 rows with 1,000 in each row, of course, is going to just be 9,000. Ugh, I hate how messy it is, but okay. And then this, how many rows are there? There's still nine. 9 rows of 200. 9 times 2 is 18 with 2 extra zeros. And I just can't take that 8 like that. I gotta fix it. And then 9 rows, still 9 rows. They were 9 rows all the way across. But this time there's 90 in each row. 9 times 9 is 81. So 9 times 90 must be 81 with that extra zero, which makes it 810. And then 9 times 6 is 54. Well, we wanted to know the answer to 1,296, right? Times 9. That is the big problem we were trying to solve. Factor times a factor equals a, I hope you just said product. Tell me you said product in your head. Factor, factor, product. So I want to know the final product, right? Well, I know a partial product and another partial product and another partial product and another partial product. Put all those together and I'll get the final product. So I would just add 9,000, 1,800, and I'm going to make sure they're lined up. And that's the way I'll find the final product. This is a partial product, meaning partial just means part. This is a partial product. Look and see where that number came from. And this is a partial product. I add them all together and then I'll get the final product and I will be finished with this multiplication problem. 8 and 8 is 16. That's 1, 10, 9, 10, 11. So here's how much it cost. I wonder how many of you got this one right. It cost 11, I'm gonna make a little dollar sign. It cost 11,664. So that's my answer to this problem, $11,664. So on the back of your paper, the substitute's going to give you 2 problems to do using the open area model. Come around and check and make sure you've got the hang of it. And then there's some extra practice in Schoology, an attached sheet. Now, it's going to be in Kami, but I'd like for you to do it on scrap paper. So get a big old piece of scrap paper, make yourself some big old area models, and let's solve some really big multiplication problems. I hope you're having a good day. I miss you, and I'll see you when I get back.